To allow the user to update an item, we add another processor. Under Core, Components, Simple Extra, SRC, Processors, Item, copy the content of the create processor. Create a new file update.php and paste the content. Now replace create processor with update processor and change the name of the class to update. The rest of the code is exactly the same as in the create processor. The update processor is very similar to the create processor, but loads the existing object first, instead of creating a new one. Under Assets, Components, Simple Extra.js, Items.grid.js, we have to adjust the code to use this new processor. We add a new entry to the context menu in the function getMenu. A click on the entry executes the function update item. Let's add this handler function. Copy the create item function, as the new function is very similar. First we check if a row in the grid is actually selected. Then we load the same window we use when creating a new item. We change the title of the window and add the update processor as the action. Before we show the window, we fill the window form with the values of the currently selected row in the grid. We also have to change the window component and add a field for the ID. This field is hidden. Let's test it. In the manager, open the Custom Manager page. Right-click on a row in the grid and select Update Item. The window is shown with the current values pre-filled. Change them and click Save. The content of the grid is reloaded and the change visible. In the developer console, you can see that the update processor is called, and that there is now a request parameter for the ID. The second request reloads the data with the getList processor. We can adjust the grid to allow editing directly in the grid. Add the property save_action to the grid, to define the processor that is called after a row is changed. Autosave means that the processor is called automatically immediately after a change. Now add the editor property to the grid columns, where editing should be enabled. Let's see how the data is sent in the request, so that we know how to code the processor. On the Custom Manager page, change a value directly in the grid. In the Developer Console, we can see that all the data is sent as JSON in the request parameter with the name data. That is different from our window, where every value is sent as a separate parameter. Let's add a new file, update_from_grid.php. For this processor, we extend our own update processor. We override the initialize function to unpack the JSON data. In the initialize function, we read the value of the data request parameter, and make sure it is not empty. As we saw earlier, the value of this parameter is JSON. Let's convert it to an associative array. And then test if the conversion worked. Now we add the values in the array to the request parameters. And unset the request parameter data as it's no longer needed. Let's confirm in the manager that everything works as expected.